Welcome to Proctor Baseball on Munger Vision, home of Proctor Phantom baseball action, as we have Arlington, the Eagles, taking on the Phantoms today on a gorgeous, almost summer afternoon here. And again, on the mound today will be Josh Taranovich. You'll have Matt Dobart behind the plate. That's going to be your battery. And the first batter up today will be Matt Belknap. I'll go through the rest of the defense for you in just a second. We'll get things situated and underway, but I can tell you Belknap will lead things off. Paul Morgan will bat number 2, and Eric Peterson will be number 3 in this order. Top of the first, scheduled for 7. Kick back and relax. It's time to watch some Proctor baseball. That will be a ball. So we're underway, scheduled for 7. I hope the weather won't become an issue. And that will leave things up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Taranovich, very versatile player. You see him out in center field and playing on the infield today. He's on the mound. He's the pitcher for Coach Darren Carter. Strike 2. Now, weather permitting, on my upcoming schedule, I have some Proctor Little League baseball action coming to you from the beautiful fields down here in Proctor, but also from Dewey Field. And that's going to be playable. Chad Thornton fading back, and Thornton will make the catch. There's out number 1 on a fly ball to center field. So Belknap retired on the fly ball. Well, I can tell you Calvin Knowles is your third baseman for Proctor. Keegan McDonald getting started at shortstop. Ricky Carroll, of course, is at second base. Ryan Carter, the big guy, over at first base today. Justin Carter's a left fielder. You've already met Chad Thornton. He's a center fielder. And Cody Green is the right fielder. And now Paul Morgan up with the bases clean and 1 down. I can tell you Arlington, a very young squad. Very young team. Good team, but a young team. They got some growing pains right now, but they're going to be all right in the future. And that will fade away from the left-hander for a ball. There's a slight breeze blowing. I don't think anything of significance at this point in the ball game. And the temperature very comfortable, 71 degrees. And that called a strike on that outside corner. And Taranovich. We're looking at Dobart. He'll get the shine. Let's watch the target. He wants to set him up inside. And that's going to be a nice hop to McDonald. He'll take and get him. So a 6-3 ground out as McDonald will throw it to Carter. And there's 2 down here in the top of the first. Have some more baseball action for you coming up. I already mentioned the Little League stuff, but I have more Proctor varsity baseball action and MSJ baseball against Burton, weather permitting. And now with 2 down, Eric Peterson up. Peterson's going to be the pitcher for Arlington. And that breaking ball broke high, ball 1. Softball action. I'm heading back over to West Rutland and back down to Mill River, as Mill River will be home. And I think it's Mill River Fairhaven, so it's a couple local teams. That's always cool. And on a late call, it'll be a strike. And the outfield, pretty much straight away and at the midway depth right now as far as the outfield play. And it's going to be down to Ricky Carroll. He'll come up with it, throw it over, and he has a 1-2-3 first inning of play going to the bottom of the first, scoreless from Proctor. The left-hander, Eric Peterson, getting the start out there for the Arlington Eagles. And his battery mate, he's going to have Nick Nadel behind the plate with him. Then his defense has Andrew Lamprin at first base. Dylan Forgey is at second. Matt Belknap, of course, your shortstop. And Gunnar Beach, that's a cool name, is at third base. Leading off will be Keegan McDonald. So Keegan McDonald will take strike 1 on a breaking ball on the inside corner, and we're underway in the bottom of the first for Proctor defensively. And Josh Taranovich had a good first inning, setting down the Eagles in order. And I believe that's going to be out of play. Yep, it'll be out of play for a foul ball for a strike. Rest of that defense will set up the outfield. Nick Condon is the left fielder, and center field's Paul Morgan, and Dave Muir is the right fielder. So you have met the defensive alignment for the Eagles. I'll try to stay on top of it if there's any changes, but it's McDonald, Matt Dobart, Chad Thornton, the 3-2 up here for Proctor. That's going to be playable. They're going to go back on the ball, and actually he misplayed it. Yeah, all the way to the fence, and you can see with that speed, he's easily going to be at second. Will he hold? He will hold up with what will be ruled a double. Yeah, I'll tell you what, It was a decent hit, but it was misplayed by the outfielder out there, Dave Munger. So Proctor with a great chance here early on. Sorry about that, I just dropped my scorebook and almost yanked myself off the stage. So Dobart up, he's just been hitting the heck out of the ball this year. He's been one of the most consistent hitters for Coach Darren Carter. Oh, he showed bunt. He's really going to bunt. They got one play, and that's at first, and not going to make it. Nobody covered the bag, and we'll go back over to third with McDonald raising some devil over there, and Proctor with runners at the corners. Now bring up Chad Thornton, today's center fielder. Again, Chad, like we mentioned how versatile Taranovich is, Thornton, same deal. We've seen him catch, play third, play short, play the outfield. Hits with good power. And they're going to concede the runner. Dobart will take second base. There's Arlington in a whole bunch of trouble here early on. The makings of a big inning here for the Proctor Phantoms. And the pitch on the way to Thornton, and that'll be too far outside. That'll be a ball. Well, the website for Channel 15 is www.pegtv.com, PEGTV. You can go there, click video on demand, and you can watch. Well, pick whatever event you want, whether it's a talk show or a game or a parade, but you can pick it. And yeah, and they faked the play to second. Everybody back in good shape. But we're on the internet. We're worldwide. You can see us anywhere in the universe. I bet they even got us on the space shuttle. They got a lot of computers up there in the space shuttle. They're probably watching Peg TV right now. They're probably being Munger visioned in orbit. That's pretty cool. So Proctor with runners at second and third. Nobody down, and we're only in the bottom of the first. Oh, did he go breaking ball? That's too slow to go home. They'll have to go to first and just do get him. Smart running. Dobart will pick up and go to third, so they'll have runner at third base with just the one out. So McDonald easily came home on the play. Now Ryan Carter up. Now when Ryan bats, I have to be very alert out here, as he can reach me out in center field. And I told any Proctor player, anybody hits me on the stage in the center field, I'll get him supper. I bet you'd be surprised how close it's come to having to buy supper. And that's called a strike, and that was a good pitch. That was a very good pitch. Again, Dobart getting a pretty healthy lead down at third for Proctor. He waits on the breaking ball, and they get a late start. Oh, and he's going to misplay it again. That's going to be a ground rule double. It bounced over into the road, and that'll be a ground rule double. Good hit. I'll tell you, I don't know if he could have caught it or not, but a very unsure of himself out there. Dave Muir having trouble in right field. As it bounced over the fence. That's a ground rule double, and now Justin Carter up. 2-0 Proctor. Josh Taranovich on deck. That's going to get past the catcher and again Carter. Good base runner. Ryan Carter will be down at third base. Now I'm not sure I've got the complete title correct, but Ryan Carter voted the Vermont Sports and Sportscaster and Sports Writers Athlete of the Month. That's a great honor. That's a big honor. There's only 12 men a year picked to, and 12 women. And Ryan, one of them, had some pretty impressive statistics he put up last month. So Justin Carter with just the one out, chance to pick up an RBI. It's his cousin sitting down at third base. And that's going to be through the hole. What a piece of hitting. You'll see Ryan will score, and Justin will have an RBI, and he'll go to first. Don't forget, that was that inside-outside swing. Pitch stayed high out over the strike zone, and he just went with the pitch. Boy, you can't get enough young players nowadays to just go with the pitch. Josh Taranovich up. And boy, I tell you what, Proctor clicking right along at 3-0 right now. See if they send Justin Carter on the steal here. I know he's a left-handed pitcher, Peterson is, and you know it's an advantage to hold a runner on because you're looking right over at first base at him, but he has a very slow, deliberate motion to home base, and he's not throwing a lot of heat, so it's taking the ball a while to get there. Got him to fish that time as he'll go outside and miss. Taranovich with a swing and a miss for a strike. All kinds of good stuff coming up for you through the summer months on PEGTV Channel 15. Runner's off and going. He's going to get one. He's going to get two. Double play. That'll end the inning, but Proctor will plate 3 runs off a 3-0 lead going into the second. So Taranovich looking at the cleanup batter, Andrew Lamprin. He'll start things off here in the second inning. Has a good inning at the top of the first for Taranovich, and he's right there with a strike. So he'll be up in the count again. Yeah, in that first inning, he had a fly out and 2 ground outs, and didn't go deep in the count, and I don't think he ran into a 3-ball count anywhere, and he went breaking ball and almost got him to commit. So Lamprin will start things off, then Gunnar Beach and Nick Condon, the 3 do up for Arlington, who trail 3-0, as Proctor able to get 3 runs in the bottom of the first as they hit the ball extremely well. And that will be strike 2. Knowles remains at third base defensively, and of course McDonald at shortstop. Ricky Carroll's your second baseman, and Ryan Carter getting a start at first base today. That's a breaking ball. And of course, that's Matt Dobart behind the plate doing the catch. You know, he's mentioned Taranovich is on the mound. Chad Thornton today. He's in the center field. The right fielder's Cody Green. The left fielder's Justin Carter. And a late call will be called a strike, and it must be a full count now. See what Taranovich comes up with for an out pitch here. Tell you how confident he is, or what he thinks he's got control of today, but right here on this pitch. And went with a hard breaking ball, and good job of following it off, staying alive by Lamprin. Like I said, it's 71 degrees today at game time. I know that because I went to Channel 15 weather map and got all the local forecasts. You can too by just going to PEGTV.com. That's off the fist, Dobart diving. Good effort, but Matt can't come up with it. And he did about another 6 inches on his arms there, but a good hustle play by Dobart. So they'll bring Lamprin back in the batter's box, and we'll just keep this battle going as it's going to stay with a full count. This is the leadoff batter on the top of the second for the Eagles as they come soaring into Proctor. And they're down 3 runs, but there's a lot of ball game to go, so. Oh, right there. Oh, just, I don't know what he was looking at. I have no idea what he was expecting on a 2-strike count. Fastball outside corner, and first strike out of the ball game for Taranovich, and it was a good sequence of pitching right there. Now Gunnar Beach up. Does that sound like a vacation spot? It actually sounds like a hot spot in the Vietnam War, Gunnar Beach. If I could just had a cool name, that would have been awesome. Imagine coming on saying, this is Gunnar Beach coming to you from PEGTV. It sounds so much better than Munger. But I got stuck with it, so it's Munger Vision. As Taranovich has retired 4 in a row right now. He's looking pretty comfortable on the mound. Like I said, you usually see him in center field or third base, possibly shortstop sometimes, but today they put him on the mound. Justin Carter pitched the last ball game on the road down at Leland and Gray. That's a cool ride down at Leland and Gray. Townsend, Vermont. A lot of pretty scenery on Route 30. Ball Mountain Dam projects there. That is so neat. And that'll be too low for a ball. Caught at the plate, but low, below the knee. That'll be a ball. They got the Ball Mountain Reservoir and West River, of course. If you're into kayaking, West River is awesome. Put the kayak on. Oh, he went inside and just foul ball. Yeah, they're going to call a foul ball on that little number, and he'll have 2 strikes on him now. Condon on deck as Gunnar Arlington just trying to get used to the pitching here of Taranovich, the first time through the lineup. And that will become the first base runner, and he got there on a walk. That was a breaking ball he went to that time. That inning-ending double play that Proctor hit into, man, that was a well-hit ball by Taranovich. Carter was off stealing. I mean, he was either hitting a runner or he's a straight steal, but it was a wicked hit. And what had happened is the shortstop had gone over to cover the bag on the steal attempt, and that put him in a great position to catch that line drive and then throw to first base and easily get Carter for the double play. Nobody to fault there. It was just the way the ball game unfolded. It was a stung ball, well hit, and it was a good defensive play. So everybody did the job basically on that. Condon looking to move that runner over to, well, at least second. He'd like to move him around the bases actually. And the outfield playing pretty shallow, I think. Just real late. You saw it, high heater, and he's just late catching up to it. There's Taranovich checking that runner back to first. You see him take the glance over there and the throw, and he'll dive back head first and be safe. So the first time in the ball game that Taranovich has had to really be preoccupied with something other than the batter, as he's got to run over at first base, and very conservative lead over there. That's going to be foul. Runner was off too. He had a very short lead, but he was on the steal attempt. That was Gunnar Beach trying to move it down the beach a little further. So Taranovich looking into Dobart, and Dobart will set the target now. Oh, beautiful pitch. Absolutely beautiful pitch. That, now I don't know what he throws. That looked like a changeup with his arm motion, his arm speed. Now I'm not saying it was, but to me standing from behind him, it's hard from behind him also. Looked like a changeup. Nick Nadel, the catcher, up with 2 down and a runner on first. Both outs this inning have been via the strikeout, and that's been the first 2 strikeouts of the ballgame for Taranovich. Dylan Forgey on deck. Nadel, the catcher, stepping in from the right-hand side of the box. High, hard one, and he'll lay off it for a ball. I would hope he laid off it. Taranovich taking a little bit more time on the mound right now since he's got the runner at first base. As they make an adjustment to the outfield, they bring Cody Green very close to that first baseline. There goes the runner, the throw down, and Carroll was the backup throw as the shortstop McDonald late in coverage, but that's a stolen base. Now it'll be the first runner in scoring position for Arlington. Well, I like it. They got to make something happen. They're down 3 runs, and their first 4 batters were retired. They haven't had a base hit yet. That the runner at second was there because of a walk and a stolen base. You're getting the crowd filling in nicely. They get good support here at Proctor for their baseball. I had about to say it had to be a strike. Just took a little while to call it. Now it will be a strike. That's an effective pitch right there. If you can hit that outside corner, tickle it like that. So Nadel not trying not to become a 3rd strikeout victim this inning. We'll watch that one fade outside on the break. Get the Crawley Road Race. Well, I'm in Proctor. It's a good time to plug that. Crawley Road Race coming up June 14th. And this is the starting point. Proctor, Vermont is the starting point for the 33rd annual Crawley Road Race. That's going to drop in. That'll drop in, and yeah, they're going to send the runner home, and he stumbles going around the bag, and throw becoming late, and Dobart mishandled the ball, and that allowed the runner to go down to second. So good play by Arlington, and that was a base hit. Beach will score. RBI for Nadel, and it's 3-1. Now Dylan Forgey up, see if he can keep this momentum going forward. Okay, that was right off the end of the bat base hit or the top of the second baseman's head in front of the center fielder Thornton. So Forgey and his team cut the deficit to 2 at 3-1. Taranovich will kick fire and be right there for a strike. Yeah, the Crawley Road Race starts right in front of the park, right in front of the Marble exhibit here in Proctor at 8 o'clock in the morning, June 14th. It is a great sight, cool sight to watch the marathon start. The 10K road race, not a marathon. I'll tell you what, if he's covering the bag, and you can see Thornton back it up and the runner stayed there, he was so slow in going back to the bag, they would have had him easy. Either Carroll missed the sign, or he just rotated over late to get there to take the throw. Thornton, as always, in the right spot at the right time, will make the backup play and keep the runner at second. Oh, that's a great pitch. Called a strike. Oh, outside corner at the knee. Oh, that's just a hummer of a pitch. Pitcher's pitch right there. 2 strikes on Forgey, Munger on deck, and the pitch on the way with 2 down. Yeah, he fooled him, but he was high. You can tell when a hitter will break like that, bend like that they're fooled on the pitch, especially since it was a breaking ball. Taranovich firing away here, and he will have his 3rd strikeout. Well, they'll pick up a run, Arlington will. It'll be 3-1 going in the bottom of the second. Eric Peterson gave up 4 base hits in that first inning. He allowed 3 runs. And Calvin Knowles, Cody Green, and Rick Carroll due up here for Proctor. So it's 3-1 Proctor in the bottom of the second. That's going to be strike 1. Well, they have made a nice adjustment with the right fielder Dave Muir, who had a couple balls hit over his head. He kind of, I don't want to say misplayed them, but he took the wrong first step, and the ball went over his head both times. They put him way back, about probably 10 feet or less from the fence. It's easier if you're that unsure of yourself to play deeper and to come in and get the ball than to try to judge and go back on the ball. It's a good move to move him back further, keep the field more in front of him. I tell you, if he gets too much deeper, he's going to be standing out in the middle of the road. So he's deep. That breaking ball had Knowles off balance. He's able to push it through the hole at short for a base hit, 5th hit of the ball game. And Knowles with a good piece of hitting right there, as he was mistimed, as he was fooled by the pitch, and did the job anyways. Well, first time up for Cody Green. See what they want to do with Knowles down at first base. Everybody usually gets the green light to run in Proctor. I can't think of anybody who hasn't had an attempt yet this year at stealing a base. Knowles got a pretty good lead, but he went back. You see the catcher came up and pump fake, but did not fire down. So Green with that 1-ball count. Peterson. Knowles diving back head first. Because, like I said, left-handed pitcher, he's got quite an advantage looking right at the base runner over there at first base. Usually they have good moves, left-handers. Now, that could not have been his best move right there. He was pretty open about, he telegraphed it. And I call the ball must have gone around at the plate, but not in. So Peterson trying not to repeat the performance of the first inning. Tell you what, that was almost a block right there. That's a pretty cantankerous move he's got right there, because he broke his knee toward first, but still in the end hesitated, then brought the ball to home. He'll miss high. A lot of pop on that pitch right there. Good velocity, but it was high, definitely high. He's worrying an awful lot about the base runner, and he's falling behind at the plate. Rick Carroll on deck for the Phantoms as they're enjoying that 3-1 lead. And Knowles will jog on in there, and the reason he can jog, you see the runner in the background, that was ball 4. So first and second with a single and a walk here, and Green, not bad speed down at first. Rick Carroll up now. Remember the game we did with Carroll? I think it was against Leland Gray. He had a home run over the right center field wall, and so when you got a batter in the number 9 spot that's got power like that, Knowles crawling back to second base. See, Knowles is a pretty tall guy. He's pretty lanky. I'd say he's right around 6'1". But he went scampering back there to get to second base. Beautiful bunt. Absolutely beautiful bunt. One plays to first, and you're not going to have that either. That's twice now that they had slow coverage on the bag at first. So tell you what, bases are juiced. Proctor Phantoms everywhere on base. For the top of the order, McDonald, he had a double his only time up. He scored the game's first run. So Peterson looking at a very big inning right here. Possibility of it. He's got Proctor at first, second, and third, and top of the order. Dobart on deck, and then Thornton. Now, Arlington has pulled off a double play today. They would love one right here. And good pitch. Came inside on the breaking ball for strike 1. I really haven't seen Peterson other than one pitch throw hard. I don't know his repertoire, if this is his style of pitching. Left-handers are usually a variety, mostly the high percentage of junk balls. Very rarely will you find a high school left-hander in the state of Vermont who just rears and fires. They are out there, absolutely. But they're a special breed. That will be a foul ball as he tied McDonald up on the inside of that pitch. Proctor trying to respond to that run. They surrendered here in the top of the second. They've got a good opportunity right now. Base is juiced. Nobody down. McDonald. He's going to do it over the top of the second baseman's head. At least one run. Here comes the second run in. You can see Green scoring, and they're going to send... Nope, Carroll will dance and wait, and McDonald will have 2 RBIs. So not only has McDonald scored a run, but he's driven in 2 runs. So he's having a big day. So I thought I heard somebody call time, and Dolbart up. Dolbart shows bunt and lays it down. What's a beauty. They'll get him, but they get the runner over to third. Yep. So the runner will get to third on that sacrifice bunt. Tell you, that's a great running game right there. So that is the first out of the ball of this inning. They're going to have a meeting on the mound as we're talking about Chad Thornton coming up now. So it had to be the strategy meeting. The coach came out and everybody involved in that meeting on the mound, and Chad Thornton, who has an RBI, stands at the plate. We're in the second inning, 5-1 Proctor. They've scored twice here in this second inning. And Keegan McDonald at third base with the 1 out. So Peterson, that's going to be the shortstop. There's one play, and Belknap will go to first to get the second out. The run will score, and that was the right play. They needed outs right there. They didn't need to become a humongous inning. So a good play by Matt Belknap. Ryan Carter up. He had a double, scored a run, and drove in a run. So even after 1 at bat, a very productive day already for Mr. Carter. And they have backed way up in left field, right field. Center fielder is, well, actually, I think too shallow, but breaking ball strike, inside corner, 0-1 to count. 7th batter to come to the plate here in this second inning. Problem when Carter hits a home run, I can't back the camera up quick enough. That's going to be a big hop to Belknap. He'll throw it to first, and inning over, but Proctor picks up a couple, and they'll have a 5-1 lead going into the third. I think I gave you the wrong score. It's 6-1 Proctor, not 5-1, 6-1. You're looking at Dave Muir. He's up for the first time. Taranovich with the 3 strikeouts all coming in the second inning. We're in the top of the third, and Taranovich starting things off. He's been ahead in the count for a high percentage of today so far. That's a strike 1 count there to Muir. Belknap and Morgan to follow. Yellow miss slowing outside. So Proctor very consistent as far as sending men to the plate and scoring runs as they've duplicated the first and second inning. 3 runs each inning. Pulled the string on that pitch, got him to swing, strike 2. Taranovich started the ballgame off by retiring the first 4 batters he faced before he issued a walk to Gunnar Beach. And Beach eventually came around to score the only run for Arlington at this point. So Muir stands there from the right side, waits for the pitch. It's on its way. Beautiful. Dolbart didn't wait for him to ring it up. That's 4 strikeouts now. It baffles me what a batter is thinking with 2 strikes on him, taking one right down the pipe. Not even trying to protect the plate. Belknap up. He flied out to center field. That's where Chad Thornton made the catch. As Taranovich is kind of cruising along here. That's a great pitch. Pitcher's pitch again. He's got that outside corner pretty much zoned in on that today, and it's helped him a lot. Well, first batter hit by a pitch, and Belknap will get down to first base as he took one for the team. Paul Morgan up. Morgan grounded out to Keegan McDonald at short. This is only his second appearance up. So again, they're starting to get their second look now at Taranovich, see if they can make an adjustment to him and get some hits flying around. And Peterson, the pitcher, on deck for Arlington. Been a good ball game so far. It's had enough action in it. Nice stop by Dobart. Runner will stay at first as he slid it to his right and then scooped the ball up with the glove. Again, Taranovich pushed to the stretch now with the runner at first. Long look in and he'll set the target up on the inside corner. Misses the target, misses the strike zone, and it's a ball. So if I was just to make a casual observation, it looks like Taranovich is much more comfortable pitching out the full stretch as opposed to the full windup as opposed to the stretch here. Comes to set and fires. Foul ball. Runner was going. He'll have to head back to first base. See Dobart came up ready to catch the ball and fire. As they have shaded toward the first baseline since he is a left-hander up there. So after that foul ball, we'll have a strike in the count, and Taranovich that's going to be toward the hole. Nice hop. Comes up to Carroll, and he'll lollipop thrower, but they'll get him out. And Belknap, I missed the steal. He'll go down to third base on the play. So this all happens with 2 down now, and Peterson up trying to help his cause out. Well, it's supposed to be Peter. It is Peterson, so he throws left, but bats right. And Justin Carter throws right, but bats left. So, I mean, all kinds of funky stuff going on here. It's Arlington. We'll have the cleanup batter on deck, Andrew Lamprin. As Taranovich looking right over at third base right now. And a great pitch. Tell you what, it's been a very consistent call, too. That's good to see. Consistency in that strike zone. Watching a Red Sox game last night. Oh, my God, that umpire just all over the place he was. Got some help there as Peterson climbed the ladder, went one after one out of the strike zone, be a swing and a miss for a strike. Got 2 strikes on him as Taranovich looking for his 5th strikeout of the ball game. That would also end the inning. And that one got away from him. Oh, and that's going to be, yeah, it was so wild the runner didn't come home. That's going to be the wildest wild pitch I've seen this year. I'm not sure what he even was he threw, but it was ugly. Dobart, and they kind of break there because the ball could have easily gone out of play and let the runner come home. So Peterson getting back to work now. Trying to get a hit, and Taranovich set. Now as Dobart gets situated behind the plate. Nope. I am not sure as to what they're going to have a conference for, but the 2 umpires are going to meet in the middle and have a talk. Was it out of play? And the runner should have been allowed home base. Usually if you lose track of the count, they just holler out to him what the count is, but they're having a good old discussion, so a pat on the back at the end, see if anything changes. And I don't think so, so I'm not really sure what they were talking about. The important thing is they know what they were talking about. Now we're ready for the pitch. That's going to be off from Taranovich. He's got time to throw. Got him. He got him, so he stayed with it. Now we're in the inning. They retire the side. We'll say 6-1 Proctor going in the bottom of the 3rd. Mr. Justin Carter. Leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 3rd for Proctor. He'll be followed by Taranovich and then Knowles. Carter had a single his only time up. And he'll watch ball 1 there as that'll fade outside. Well, Proctor's been consistent. They've scored 3 runs in the 1st and 3 runs in the 2nd. Here we are in the 3rd. See if they keep that number 3 moving along. And that's going to be a base hit. Yeah, boy, I tell you what, that was a patient. Oh, and it gets past Munger. I think Carter could score. He's looking. I mean, he's faster than that. They're just getting to the ball. And they're going to hold him up at third base. We have a single and then the error on Munger, who's having a rough day out there in right field. No, I tell you, at first, if Carter would have broke hard from first base, that ball rolled all the way to the fence, he could have easily scored. Well, Peterson jinxed a little bit by his fielding here. You know, Proctor's hitting the ball hard. Taranovich up. He hit into a double play. He lined into a double play. It was a hard line drive. Shortstop grabbed it and then threw to first to get Justin Carter on that double play. So here we are, just 2 innings later, and Taranovich with Carter down at third base now. Oh, he'll beautiful piece of hitting. That'll score the run easy. Morgan will get the ball in the second, and Taranovich will have an RBI. Tell you what, did you see that front foot lead? The hips clear, the head down. That was perfect swing right there. So that error huge, as that allows that run to score. Because without that error, Carter would have only been at first base on that base hit. Now Knowles up. He's got a single, and he's scored a run today. It's going way outside. It's Nadel. The catcher is Nadel. Peterson's the pitcher. Lamprin's at first. Forgey's at second. Belknap's at short. Beach is at third. Did he call a balk on him? The umpire making his way toward home base, indicating I think he's going to call a balk or give him a warning. No, it's a balk. Yeah, he was just, there we go. Taranovich will head down to second base. Yeah, he had stopped to explain what he did. He brought his hands outside the glove after he'd come to the set on the rubber. So Knowles now with a runner at second base. So they will get set, and the umpire situating himself up behind home base. Peterson fires, and that'll be high. Nice grab there by Nadel. The outfield's got Nick Condon, Paul Morgan, and Dave Muir. That's the defense set up here for Arlington as the Eagles down by a 7-1 score in the bottom of the third. Good pitch. Knowles watched it come in all the way. And sun poking back out now at the Proctor High School field. Beautiful place. Come watch a ball game. Off the fist, out of play for a strike. So that's twice now he's come inside on Knowles. Not a hard inside. He started actually he's looped it around the plate, and it's just ended up on the inside corner. Right here, if he's got a fastball, I mean, if he can throw it hard, this is the spot to do it. Now he floats it in for a ball, and again Nadel doing a nice job behind the plate there, chasing that ball down, so the runner has to stay at second. Oh, he doesn't have to, but he'll stay at second. No wild pitch. He'll make contact. Foul. That's down the third baseline. You see Darren Carter, the head coach, down there picking the ball up out of play. Boy, he looked his age on that one. But the good news was he's able to stand back up straight afterwards. So Peterson, there it is, fastball got him. Yeah, he kind of lulled him to sleep with the off-speed stuff and then threw that fastball on the outside corner, and that's the first strikeout recorded of the game for Peterson. Comes in the bottom of the third, and he's got one out, one in, and one on for Cody Green, who walked and scored. So Peterson trying to pitch himself out of a pickle here. He's got a strike there on the outside corner. Good pitch, real good looking pitch. And Taranovich down at second base. And that went around the plate but didn't hit the corner. That'll be ball one. And they're really caught up with the base runner Taranovich, the second baseman, and the shortstop is Belknap and Forgey, because they're getting way out of position running behind them, taking turns. And that came in too far, and a good eye by Cody Green. I believe it goes to a 2-1 count. You see that Peterson taking a long look at that runner, and he'll turn around and fake the throw, chase the runner back, and Taranovich didn't have that big a lead to begin with. 7-1, and we're in the bottom of the third. It's almost like he's aiming right now, not really just letting his arm loose and letting it go full extension and throwing. Again, you can get the schedule information for Channel 15 by going to the website PEGTV.com. And he will walk Cody Green for the second time in the ballgame. Green will walk and head down to first. That'll bring up Rick Carroll, who had a bunt single. And then top of the order, Keegan McDonald up. And so Peterson he's multiplying his problems here as he's issued that walk. Runners at first and second. He'll set that gently on the outside corner. I tell you, he's throwing a lot of soft stuff today. And right now, he's doing like all pitchers are in trouble. All pitchers who haven't really found their rhythm, taking a long time between pitches. Not that he should forget the runners, but he's got to balance out his focus here between the runners and throwing the pitch for a strike. Just finished up videotaping a show for the AAU Thunderbirds. We've already talked to their coaches. You've probably seen that show. It's been on. Now we've got to meet the players. So that's coming up on Sports Beat. You can watch Sports Beat Mondays at 4:30, Tuesdays at 5:30, and Thursday nights at 9. Right now the featured show on Sports Beat is the promotion for the Crawley Road Race with Mike and Paula Lannon. That's going to come back, and boy, he took his time through the third. It's a force out. Got him. Taranovich, good speed. They just did get him at third base. So a 1-5 force out and a fielder's choice for Carroll. Now McDonald up, and boy, what a day he has had. McDonald started this whole offensive thing off this afternoon with a double for Proctor. He had a single his last time up. He's 2 for 2. He has 2 RBIs and he has scored 2 runs. So he's been putting out production here. That'll be pulled foul down the third baseline. And he likes the number 2. 2 RBIs, 2 hits, 2 runs scored. One of the hits is a double. See where I'm going with this? A lot of 2s. Dobart on deck, and see what happens as there is the 2 outs. Oh, they got him. He's gone. They got him. He fell asleep, and they'll pick him off the end of the inning, but it'll be 7-1, 8-1 Proctor. Couple defensive changes coming up here for Proctor. The new right fielder is Tim Sadowski for Proctor, and then the new second baseman is Kyle Bechet. Andrew Lamprin, Gunnar Beach, and Nick Condon up, and it's 7-1. I had the score wrong again. I think I get there. I'm watching the game, keeping my book. You think I'd be able to tell you the score, right? That one will float in for a ball. Lamprin's only been up once. That was back in the second inning as we're in the fourth right now. He struck out back in the second. That was the inning that all 3 outs were recorded on the strikeouts. That's Bechet just into the ball game and looking good. They'll get the ground out, 4-3. So he fires it over to Ryan Carter. Gunnar Beach walked and scored Arlington's lone run. He had a stolen base in there also in that sequence. And Keegan McDonald in there directing traffic in the outfield. He wants him to shift more toward the first baseline for the left-handed hitting Gunnar Beach. So Arlington, even though we're in the fourth and there's still plenty of time left, they need to start finding a run or 2 here and there. Boy, he waited on that breaking ball, and look at Carter, got it. For a big man, he's like a cat over there, like a big leopard pouncing on the ball. So 2 down very quickly here in the fourth. Now Nick Condon up, he struck out back in the second. Taranovich, like I said, just kind of gliding along. He hasn't had a lot of walks. He's only had one batter, and he's had 4 strikeouts. He's been around the plate and let him put the ball on the plate, and his defense have made the plays. So right now he's on target. Somebody just asked from the outfield, is there still 1 out? No, there's 2 out, guys. That one will be in the dirt. Came up shy, and Dolbart will scoop her up and fire it back to Taranovich, his pitcher. Again, we're scheduled for 7. We're just kind of enjoying the sunny afternoon here and the baseball game. Hope you're enjoying all these sports. So you softball, AAU basketball, and baseball action brought to you by Munger Vision on PEGTV, channel 15. PEGTV.com is the website. Video on demand is what you want to click. Follow the instructions. Watch channel 15 on the internet, anywhere in the universe. Ball. Had him lunging at that pitch. Outside corner, diving down. And Darren Carter, after that foul ball, had a lot more movement that day. He got after there. He hustled after it this time and got it. So Condon awaits the offering from Taranovich. From the full windup, the pitch on the way. Just did get a piece of it. Foul. Again, he's keeping him off balance. And you can see he gets the batter lunging and reaching, and not going to get a lot of power behind the hit if that's what you're doing, is lunging at the ball. So Taranovich right now, not only physically getting the job done, but getting the job done between the ears. It takes a lot of... It is a thinking man's game, absolutely. Baseball is. See what Dolbart called here for a pitch. Well, he called a hit batter. Came inside, and that'll be the second batter he has hit today. So there goes his 1-2-3 inning. You know, they called the exact same thing I would have called right there. With 2 strikes after he'd been nibbling with the pitches. He called a high fastball. He wanted to go up the ladder and fastball and see if he'd chase it. The only problem is he brought it too far inside and hit Condon. Now Nadel up. Nadel has an RBI. He's got a single. And he's got a chance to get his team chipping away here at the lead. It's a 7-1 Proctor. That's discipline right there. That was definitely a ball, but it was also one of those pitches when it's coming to you, it's looking good as a batter, even though it's out of the strike zone. He laid off it for a ball. Well, he made up for it right there. He went after basically same pitch, just less velocity, same location. He followed that one off of a 1-1 count. As summer's approaching, I can only tell you, you live in the state of Vermont, get out there and enjoy the state of Vermont. I hate listening to people tell me how dead it is and boring. There's so many great things to do in the state of Vermont. Oh, good stop by Dolbart. Then he came up and faked the fire down to first and kept the runner, Condon, over there. It's Taranovich, after getting the first 2 batters out, hit the third batter of this inning. He's struggling now with Nadel. Oh, yeah. Well, he's into the 4th. I can't believe he's running out of gas. You know, he doesn't pitch a lot of games. Right now, personally, I think it's what they're calling for pitches. He's getting behind in the count. And that takes away a lot of your power as a pitcher. Power to control the event. Not power like in velocity, but your say in what's going on out there. That's a good pitch right there. Fouled off for a strike. Yep, I've already mentioned a couple of the sports beat shows, but I got Victor Valdez, a graduate from CSJ, coming up, talking about college basketball. Oh, that's cranked, and Carter looks like he's got a beat on it and makes the grab, and that's the inning. It's a deep fly ball caught by Justin Carter. We'll stay 7-1, Proctor with the lead going in the bottom of the 4th. Remember, Keegan McDonald was at the plate when they picked off Rick Carroll at second base, so McDonald back at the plate looking at ball 1. And as noted before, McDonald having a big day from that leadoff spot. He's got a double, a single, 2 RBIs, and he scored 2 runs. Dolbart on deck to be followed by Thornton. So in the 4th, Proctor with a good opportunity here to get into the meat of their order to do some more damage. Then I'll try to pick up some of the changes defensively, see what they're going to plug in at the plate. I would assume that Sadowski would just bat in green spot. And that Boucher would just bat in Carroll's spot. But we'll wait and see. McDonald. Good eye. Works himself for a walk. So it's a 3 for 3 day. He's been on base all 3 times. He's come to the plate. Now Matt Dobart up. He has a single scored a run and has a sacrifice bunt. And we're going to have a meeting on the mound to discuss strategy in case he does bunt. Well, a lot of strategy. We'll see what Coach Carter wants to do offensively and what Arlington set themselves up to line themselves. Swing and a miss, and you know what I do? It's Dobart swinging away, no bunt sign, nothing there. It looked like it's going to be an indication of a bunt. McDonald's fast. I'd send him on a straight steal. Peterson's got a very slow, deliberate delivery to home, and he's throwing a lot of soft pitches. And he will dive back. That was the first time we've seen that particular move to first base, and it was very effective. Like I said, Thornton and Ryan Carter up next. There's nobody out, a runner at first. Foul ball out of play, up on the bank for a foul. But at 7-1 in the 4th, you kind of count your innings now. You've got to get some defensive stops, put some goose eggs up there. They haven't held Proctor without a run all 3 innings. Proctor's been able to score at least 1 run. That was to protect the runner, and boy, he's got to get back. They're going to throw and double play. And not only that, McDonald fell over the bag, and he's going to be okay at first. So that was a big play right there as they get a double play. So 2 down now for Chad Thornton. He's grounded out twice. Once to third, once to short. That's the kind of play to carry over momentum-wise offensively. As McDonald was off and running. Again, it was a good idea. Just fell at a bad time. Pop up on the infield. So Peterson, team behind him, is giving him 2 double plays today. Remember back in the first, they doubled up Justin Carter, who was off and stealing, when Taranovich ripped a line drive to the shortstop who caught the ball and threw to first to double up Justin Carter, and then of course the double play just took place now. That's the Belknap. He'll stay down on the ball, and the throw, that's the inning. He faced just 3 batters, and there's the first scoreless inning for Proctor. 7-1 Phantoms. 5th we go, and Forgy will lead things off. Dylan Forgy, Dave Muir, and then Matt Belknap due up. I think we're going to see some changes as the Arlington coach went to the home base umpire who took his paperwork out and did some book work, so we could see some pinch hitters coming up here in this inning for Arlington. We're in the 5th, scheduled for 7-1 to score. Arlington getting their only run back in the 2nd inning. 4 strikeouts in the ballgame for Taranovich, Josh Taranovich. I'm not sure. I was down looking at my book, and I looked, the umpires were talking to the coaching staff. He's talking to, well, Darren's over there. He's talking to the Proctor coach, not Leland Gray, the Arlington coach. And I'm going to fade down. I don't want to waste a lot of tape here on nothing. Figure out what's going on. I don't know what the discussion was, but it time elapsed here. It was about a 9 to 10 minute talk. They had both bookkeepers over there, one from each team. I mean, the score is 7-1. I feel very confident that's what it is. Nobody's batted out order. The people up are the people that should be up. You know, it falls right in line with the book. The defense looks correct, so I can't even begin to imagine what took 10 minutes in the 5th inning. Foul ball, so Forgy will still be in the plate. He's still got 2 strikes, and we're still in the top of the 5th. Josh Taranovich with the 4 strikeouts. Gets a call at the knee for a strike. He had some good movement on that pitch right there. So with 2 strikes, Forgy sets. Pitch on the way. And boy, it was definitely a ball, but it was close. It kind of tickled the outside corner, but he couldn't get him to chase it. And it'll be high out of the strike zone for a ball. The scorekeeper for Arlington just going back now. She spent time with Mr. Glenn Carter, the scorekeeper over there. They've got the book over there for Proctor. Oh, good night. Yeah, strikeout number 6. And again, with 2 strikes, I just can't imagine what the young batters are thinking nowadays. That's strikeout number 5, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. You got 2 strikes. How can you not protect the plate? And the bat just, it's like you swung and missed it. They just keep the bats on their shoulders. Munger due up, but I don't think this is Munger. This could have been the discussion. I can't. That's Peterson. That's the pitcher, Peterson. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll have to make some corrections. Taranovich will get the out. Yeah. I want him to turn. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not Peter. That's number 19. My eyeballs, man. There's Eric Treya. So Treya out on that play for the second out. Now the top of the order, Belknap, is due up. I can't believe they'd pull Belknap out of the game. He's one of the more solid performers out there for Arlington. And that is Belknap. He turned, I can see number 10. So 2 down. Nobody on base. Morgan sits on deck. 5 strikeouts in the ball game. 2 hit batters for Taranovich, who's put together a real good effort here on this beautiful afternoon in Proctor, Vermont on PEGTV. That's going to wake up Sadowski, and he will make the... Oh, he'll drop the ball. That's going to be an error, and that's why you use 2 hands on that ball. You know, he found it. He located it. He got a beat on it, but didn't secure it. Well, you'll be able to watch it on Munger Vision tonight. Now Paul Morgan up. He's grounded out twice. Once to shortstop and once to third. That's actually the second. He's grounded out to second base and to shortstop. Well, that long meeting, I kind of got lulled to sleep. That's going to be Boucher. Oh, it took a funny hop. They're going to send the runner to third. Belknap going to be in there. Tell you what, that was a strange hit right there. Not much Boucher could do with that. So that error could come back to bite him here, as error is now sitting at third base. Peterson's up now. He's grounded out twice, once to second base, which was Rick Carroll making the play. And then right back to the pitcher, Taranovich, who made the play. So Arlington looking for a little 2-out offense here. Well, they fake it and they throw, and it's knocked down. The runner's going to come home, and he's out. He's out. He got him at home base. Nice tag by Dobart. That'll end the inning, and they'll stay 7-1 Proctor. Ryan Carter up. Justin Carter and then Josh Taranovich 2 up, as Peterson coming to work here in the 5th with a strike. Tell you what, I don't think the outfield's very deep. They got Morgan in center field, way too shallow. That bookkeeper for Arlington, she was back over there between the innings. I don't know what she did to her book, but Treya has gone into play right field in place of Muir for Arlington. They're down by just 6, just 7-1. They just need a couple more zeros defensively here and get some offense going. And that went around the plate, but not called a strike. It was outside, stayed outside. And Ryan Carter 1 for 2 today. He's got a double, scored a run, has an RBI, and he grounded out to the shortstop, Belknap. That's off the fist. Nobody making a play. Yeah, Treya coming in and got it. So the first out recorded on a fly ball to the new right fielder, Treya. Now Justin Carter up. He has singled twice today. He has scored a run also. So Little Carter doing a good job today for Proctor. Actually, he does every game. He does a good job. Good ball player. I should have said younger Carter, not Little Carter. The younger cousin to Ryan Carter is Justin. Josh Taranovich taking his warm-up swings on deck. But he throws a lot of soft stuff. That one was short at the plate. It'll bounce away from the catcher, Nadel, and that's the only defensive change I see out there is the right fielder is now Treya. Everybody else looks like they are in position with Lamprin, Forgy, Belknap, and Beach out there on the infield. That one dropped off the table too soon for a ball. Condon, Morgan, and Treya, the outfield. Peterson on the mound. That's going to come down. Belknap's got time. He's got time. Got him. Nice job by Belknap right there of not panicking. The ball never got that far away from him. And Justin's not a speed demon going down first base. And now Taranovich up. Taranovich is 1 for 2 today. And right now, Peter's looking for a 1-2-3 inning. That's just what the doctor ordered. Put some zeros up there. Let his offense trying to capitalize. They've had some people on base, Arlington has. They just haven't got that key hit at the right time. But I mean, they're only down by 6. I've done, believe me, I've done games. That West Rutland game comes to mind here, 34-3. I mean, this is nothing like that. This is just 7-1. Peterson been taking his time most of the game and staying deliberate. That breaking ball just didn't break. Came in high, stayed high. It was kind of a flat pitch. On a beautiful afternoon, early evening now to watch ball game. Ball 4, he will walk him. So Taranovich will head down to first base. Now Calvin Knowles up. He has singled and struck out. So Proctor trying to find a little of that 2-out offense. Peterson from the stretch, looking over at first base. He's going to come home with the pitch, and good job by Nadel to go outside and corral that one so the runner can't advance on it. And again, the outfield moved in relatively shallow in right, left, and center. Even with the bag on third base is Beach. So Gunnar Beach playing even with the bag right now. And of course they are holding the runner on at first, Lamprin. Knowles. Good size young man, looking to get a hold of a pitch here. And Taranovich. We've had runners picked off today, so yeah, you got to be awake. Ricky Carroll got picked off earlier in the ball game when he was in there for Proctor. That's going to be straight back on a play, foul ball strike. Knowles had a good rip at it. And so in the bottom of the 5th with a 7-1 lead, Proctor looking, again, they have a very good season so far. And that'll be more than anything, that was just low. So again, very deliberate between pitches Peterson has been. That's going to come down to third. Gunnar Beach will gun over to first and got him. So strand 1 will go to the 6th. 7-1 Proctor on Munger Vision. Taranovich working on a 2-hitter so far. It's going to face Peterson, Lamprin, and Beach. Unless they've got... That doesn't look like Peterson up there. I will have to wait. That's Mr. Peterson. Okay, so Eric Peterson is at the plate, and he is leading things off here and in the top of the 6th. Scheduled for 7. Proctor up by 6, 7-1. Taranovich, like I said, he's given up to 2 hits, struck out 5, walked 1, and has hit 2 batters, but not hard. And Taranovich being urged to let his defense do their job behind him. Big rip right there by Peterson. He'll be fouled back for a strike. Liked the pitch, though, he did. Had a nice aggressive lead into the ball. I know I told you before, but I'll tell you again. That website for Channel 15 is www.PEGTV.com. As they check with the count. And so Taranovich from the full windup to the plate. Oh, that was awful. He'd even tell you that. Yeah, that was kind of funky. Tell you what, Thornton likes it in center field. He thinks it's funny. I did too. I mean, that looks how I would pitch normal all the time right there. That was a 30-foot pitch. And look at that, came back with a beautiful pitch. Well, 2 strikes now on Peterson. As Taranovich trying to retire the leadoff batter here in the 6th. He won't do it. That'll become his 2nd walk. I don't know. I didn't think endurance would be a issue going to 7. He hasn't thrown an awful lot of pitches. Lamprint up now. He's 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out to 2nd. Sorry about that. I was trying to kill a fly. So Peterson could become a double play victim. There's 1. There's 2. Got him, double play. A 6-4-3 double play. That was a beautiful job. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. They're saying he did not turn a double play. There's a runner at 2nd. Oh, I'm not sure how he missed it. Okay, so now I got to go through and fix my book. So there's only the 1 out. And now Beach up. Gunnar Beach with Peterson at 2nd. I'm not sure if they say he beat the throw or if he wasn't in contact with the bag on the field, but they did not give him double play. Well, there was no argument from the Proctor dugout. They didn't come out and kick dirt on the umpire's shoes or anything cool like that. So that would have been the 3rd double play in the ball game between the 2 teams combined, but that all goes for naught. They got the guy at first the long way. They got him out at first on a 6-4-3 ground out. And that looks to be like it's playable. Carter makes the adjustment, makes the grab. Runner has to stay at 2nd base, and Justin Carter will make the catch for the 2nd out. Now, Nick Condon due up. Last time up, he was hit by a pitch. Prior to that, he had struck out. If, in fact, it is Condon. I think it is. I didn't see the head coach come out and do any paperwork with the umpire. So I think they have not made any changes here so far. Fouled off. Getting great looking pitch right there. Taranovich has been in control today because he's got the 2 walks is all. Did hit 2 batters, but you kind of get overlooked that. You know, at some point you can't nitpick. Well, if you hit the batters, it means he's around the plate. Of course, I'm only joking. Well, he got some help there from Condon. That's going up the ladder. That's going up an extension ladder right there to make this contact. So, swinging strike. Looking for his 6th strikeout of the ball game and the 3rd out of this inning. Taranovich. See the signs being flashed by Dobart now. The target being set. Got him. Got him, and that's the inning. That's going to be it. We're going to have a 7-1 game going in the bottom of the 6th. Proctor with the lead. So Tim Sadowski will bat in Cody Green's place. This is his first at bat. First, look obviously at Peterson. And that's going to be, oh, it's going to drop in there. He's going to have a base hit. Hitting the right spot, the right speed, the right time. It was a good effort over there trying to make the grab by Forgy, but they'll have Sadowski on. Now Sadowski is extremely fast, so he represents quite a base running threat over there. And I think it should be Boucher up now. Boucher's going to bat in Rick Carroll's spot, and this will be the first time up for Boucher. Proctor up by 6 in the 6th. There's the move to first. And Sadowski will dive head first back into the bag. So Boucher waiting for that first pitch still. We'll watch the curveball catch the corner, call a strike. Actually, a very good looking pitch. Peterson, after you take away those first 2 innings, he gave up 6 runs combined in the first 2 innings, 3 in each inning. He settled down nicely from that point on. He's had a, he allowed the 1 run since the second inning on. There's the throw to first against Sadowski. Didn't have a big lead to begin with, so he got back relatively easy. Proctor Baseball on Munger Vision on PEGTV, Channel 15 Public Access Sports. Again, this is where Peterson kind of gets over-focused on the base runner. And I understand you gotta protect, you gotta know he's out there and stuff like that, but at some point you gotta deliver the goods to home base. That's a foul ball by Boucher. That's why the runner couldn't advance on it, and the umpire made that very clear, very quick. So after Boucher, we'll be back around to the top of the order, the very hot Keegan McDonald. Pitch was high, that's the ball. They'll throw down to second, and he'll be safe. Sadowski will be there at second base with the steal. You can see Belknap apply the tag, but it was late. So Boucher with a runner in scoring position. Foul. Hard down the third baseline. So we'll just get a new ball and get everybody settled in. Boucher will step back in from the left side. Tell you what, the last 2 innings, Proctor's been held scoreless, and that's Peterson getting his job done because he's trying to get his team a chance to get back in the ball game. And in case you missed the first 2 innings, there were some questionable plays in right field as far as balls that might have been catchable, not being caught, that didn't help Peterson out, that allowed the runs to come in. So Boucher with a good at-bat here, following off yet another pitch. Yeah, Sadowski this time chased back to second. There's Peterson. And a long first and a long second. And that's going to come down to Belknap. He's going to have to get the speedy Boucher. Does. Runner will go to third base, so again, the ball wasn't hit hard enough to even think about making a play at third base. So the 6-3 ground out now, Keegan McDonald up. He's doubled, singled, and walked. Scored twice and driven in 2 runs. And he'll step in with a runner at third base. Chance to make contact here and drive that runner in. Yeah, they're coming home. They're going to... That's a tag play. They called him safe on the play, so Sadowski... It was a nice scoop by the catcher. But Sadowski will score on that ball. Right there, the third baseman was just, Gunnar Beach was just indecisive. If he comes home immediately, he's got him. Honestly, I thought he was out. I thought he slid in with the ball and the tag, and I thought it all got there at the same time. Dolbart up in an 8-1 game now. So Proctor able to score in 4 of the 6 innings that they've come to the plate. Dobart will make contact. Oh, you know what? You give that base hit to the aggressive base running. Keegan McDonald going around the corner. Got to put the brakes on. And Dobart will sneak up to second. What happened there? The runner was going to shortstop. Belknap went over to cover the bag, and that created the hole that the ball was hit through. I mean, that kind of stuff makes a coach look like a genius. Not that Darren needs help. Now Chad Thornton up. He's 0 for 3 today. He's grounded out 3 times. Twice to the shortstop, once to the third baseman. He'll swing through that breaking ball, and again, he saw his big eyes there as the bases have runners at second and third, just the one down. Ryan Carter on deck. He just couldn't wait any longer. Belknap makes the grab, and the runner will stay at third base. So there's 2 outs now in the 6th. Good play by Belknap at short. Yeah, Thornton right there, he tried real hard to hang back on that breaking ball, but got a little bit of a lunge going. That's why he popped it up. And they're going to intentionally walk Ryan Carter. You see, in high school baseball, you don't have to throw the 4 pitches. You just say, I'm going to walk him, and they walk. That'll bring up the younger Carter, Justin Carter. 2 singles today. He's 2 for 3. Got a chance to do a lot of damage right here. Bases juiced, 2 outs. Oh, and he did it. Yeah, that's going to drop in. That's going to drive in at least 1, 2 runs coming in. Dobart will score. They'll cut the ball off with the pitcher. And so Carter takes exception to being brought to the plate. They intentionally walked to get to him. And he delivers 2 more runs. Yeah, so he's had a busy day. He's driven in 3 runs and scored 1. So it goes 10-1 right now. And Josh Taranovich up, and he'll watch that one all the way. He watched that all the way in for a strike. See him kind of flexing with it. Yeah, 3 runs here in the 6th to go with the 7 prior, and that's a 10-1 lead. There are the 2 down. Well, Carter did a great job. Did you see what Ryan Carter did? He screened legally, very legal, screened it in. The shortstop, and that allowed Justin to go to third, and Taranovich on the tail end of the play will take second. Tell you what, Proctor runs the bases very, very well. Little things like taking that extra base by Taranovich. And that was all made possible right there. That was a gift-wrapped base hit by Ryan Carter as he got right in front of the shortstop because he was going from second to third as a runner, and he just stayed there. And so the shortstop could not see the ball. And believe me, Ryan's got a big body, so he covered up the whole vision of the ball. He basically screened the shortstop. Now Calvin Knowles becomes the 9th batter to come to the plate. 11-1. Proctor's broken this game open. And that's got a chance to be, oh, that's going to roll forever. 2 more runs coming in. Knowles is going to have at least a double. See him pick up the coach at third, and he's motoring about as fast as he can go to third. And he's going to be safe. He's going to catch his breath right now. Big hit, a triple. A 2-run triple. For Mr. Calvin Knowles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs so far, 13-1. And I think Peterson's might be calling it a day. So the shortstop, Belknap, comes in to become the pitcher. He will replace Peterson, and he's going to face Sadowski, the man who started this whole inning off for Proctor. They've scored 6 times here in the 6th inning to push their lead to 13-1. Runner at third base is Knowles. He just hit a 2-run triple. And Sadowski went hard after that breaking ball, missed it for a strike. So after being shut out in the 4th and 5th, the Phantoms erupt here in the 6th. And a great pitch right there as he corkscrews it in for strike 2. So Sadowski with 2 strikes on him. He's only been to the plate once. Remember, he came into bat this inning for the first time in replacing Cody Green. And that's the inning, so we'll come to the top of the 7th, and Taranovich with a chance for the win. So on to replace Taranovich is Ryan Carter. It's not a safe situation. It's 13-1, but just trying to give him a little bit of work. I don't think he's pitched all week. So the book on Taranovich will read 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 hits allowed, 2 hit batters, and the 1 earned run. Pitched a very good ball game, Taranovich did. Now he's at third base defensively, and Carter is coming to pitch, Ryan Carter, and he's facing Nadel, the catcher, Nick Nadel, Dylan Forgey, and then Treya coming up. So just having some trouble getting the ball back to Carter. Knowles, who was playing third, has moved over to play first base now. So Proctor looking to up its record with a home field win here. And you think about it, they throw Ryan Carter, they throw Justin Carter, they bring in Taranovich today. We've seen Dobart pitch. Now they are a team really that can seriously think about how far they can go, take themselves in the playoffs. Of course, you got to stay healthy too. You got. As Carter walks around, as he usually does, he kind of like hangs out on the mound there, and he'll have a strikeout, so he will strike out Nadel for the first out of the 7th inning, and that'll bring up Dylan Forgey. He has struck out twice today. Those both occurred against Taranovich, the starting pitcher. So the big righty will fire away, and that's a ball. As Dobart needed a lacrosse stick to catch that. And again, get out there and support student athletes in your area, whether it's baseball, softball, American Legion, post 31 ball, post 49 baseball is going to be hot over in Fairhaven. That's going to be good. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Going to be a lot of good Legion baseball in the area. But that post 49 squad, you'll be watching them. There's a strike. 1 and 2, and he looks to make short work of Forgey here. Treya on deck. That is a good piece of hitting. Sadowski will quickly get the ball into cutoff, and it'll be a base hit for Forgey. So at first base, I don't know. Would you send him, or would you? You know, I honestly would. I'd play it just like it was a second or third inning. And I believe, yeah, this is Treya's first at bat. And then top of the order, Belknap in the on-deck circle. High fastball, and Treya didn't commit to it. It'll be ball 1. Ryan Carter from the stretch. And it'll be a wild pitch, and oh, the runner gotta be awake down here. I'm not criticizing him, but there's no way he shouldn't be standing at second base right now. He did not go on that pitch, and Coach Darren Carter going to come out and ask Ryan. Nope, they're going to take the ball from him. So is it the neck injury coming back to get him? Well, they're going to bring Knowles in to finish things up. Justin Blongi is coming to play left field. I missed that change for Proctor. And Kelvin Knowles has come on to pitch. Carter over there at first base took Knowles' spot defensively, but there's a strike. But Carter's been over there flexing his arm and his neck. I know he's been battling with a neck injury. I don't know if that's just been re-aggravated or if he had tightness or what, but you could just tell something wasn't Carter-like out there. And a strike called. So Knowles up in the count, 0-2 to Treya. Treya and then Belknap on deck. There is the 1 out, 1 on. I'm not sure. It resembled a changeup. It didn't change much, and it'll be a ball. Again, I'd like to thank the athletic director here at Proctor, Arlen Bloodworth, the coaches, Coach Carter, for allowing me to tape the Proctor Sports and put it on PEGTV, and that's going to be a walk. Remember, he inherited the count from Ryan Carter, so it's 2 on, 1 down, and Belknap up. Belknap has reached twice. Once he got hit by a pitch, and once he reached on an error. Prior to that, he flied out to center field to Thornton. No, I don't know. They're all kind of chasing it, and Knowles makes the grab in foul territory, and they're going to double him up. Nope, they're going to throw the ball away, and it's going to be picked up by Thornton. Yeah, they had a chance for the game-ending double play and just threw the ball around, but no damage done. And now Paul Morgan up, and with 2 down, he represents the last opportunity for Arlington. And so Knowles, this isn't a safe situation. He's going to pitch from the stretch. He'll look. Now I know there's base runners on, but with 2 down, people aren't comfortable to stretch. Will pitch from the full windup, but he obviously is cool with either way. There's more Proctor baseball down the road. Tell you, if you go to proctorhighschool.com. No, proctorhighschool.org, you'll be able to pick up the schedule. And you can come here and catch a game live. It's a beautiful ballpark to come watch a game. A very quaint setting. That will be too far inside. So Morgan with Peterson on deck if they can extend the inning. He'll look, he'll kick, he'll fire, he'll miss. That's going to load the bases up. And we're going to have another chat on the mound. Okay, so I'm not sure what Coach Carter said to him. Could have been something with mechanics, could have been something mental. That looks to be playable. Sadowski got a late jump on the ball. Makes the grab, and that's the ball game. So it'll be a 13-1 Proctor win. Josh Taranovich will get the win. He went 6 strong innings, looked very sharp out there, and the Proctor bats enjoyed 3 big innings throughout the contest. So Proctor 13, Arlington 1. Congratulations. Get out there, support your student athletes, and always support Munger Vision.